Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I speak about different topics on my channel, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and give a subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload. Before I start this video, I know that I have not uploaded, and I want to say months. I had to take a break from uploading. My mental health, it's just been in the ups and downs. I'm still not feeling as good, but I am feeling good to the point that I could upload again. It may take me a while to upload the way I used to, which was Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. If I may upload. I'm uploading today. I may upload Tuesday. I never know. It's just I'm coming back little by little, so that makes any sense. My mental health is, just like I said, it's been declining. I have been going through a lot personally, and I had days that I didn't even wanted to go to work. I slept all day when my daughter was at school and stuff like that. So it was really hard. It was really hard decision for me, and even though I'm still kind of going through stuff right now, I'm trying to get back to myself and put my faith in God, and and believe that everything's gonna be okay at the end of the day. So with that being said, today we're gonna have talking about, if you're new here, like I said, I talk about different topics. So today's topic is gonna be crimes that changed laws. Today we're gonna talk about George Floyd. If you don't know who that is, that he was an innocent man who was unalived by policemen. And I looked at the video, but I couldn't finish the whole video because it's just heartbroken. It's really heartbreaking video. And so yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so Floyd was born on October 14th of 1973 in Fayetteville, North Carolina, to George Perry. His dad passed away in 2002, and Leonie Gacy Joan Floyd, who passed away in 2018. He had 4 siblings. When Floyd was 2, after his parents separated, his mother moved with the children to Houston, Texas. The family settled in the Kearney Homes public housing complex. That's where I'm from, H-Town. Known as a Bricks in Houston Third Ward historical African American neighborhood, Floyd was called Perry as a child, and also Big Floyd, being over 6 feet. In tall middle school, he saw sports as vehicle for improvement in his life. Floyd attended Ryan Middle School and graduated from Yates High School in 1993. While at Yates, he was co-captain of the basketball team, playing as a power forward. He was also on the football team as a tight end, and in 1992, his team went to the Texas State Championships. The first of his 8 siblings to go to college, Floyd attended South Florida Community College for 2 years on a football scholarship and also played in the basketball team. He transferred to Texas A&M University, Kentsville in 1995, where he also played basketball before dropping out. Floyd became a friend to future National Baseball Associate NBA player Stephen Jackson, who was referred to as his twin because of his strong resemblance to one another after being introduced in the mid-1990s. At his tallest, he was 6 feet 6 inches. By the time of his autopsy, he was 6 feet 4 inches in tall and weighed 223 pounds. He was a big fella. Floyd returned to Houston from college in Kentsville, Texas in 1995, where he became an automobile customizer and played club basketball. Beginning in 1994, he performed as a rapper using the stage name Big Floyd in the hip-hop group Screw Up Click. The New York Times described his deep voice rhymes as purposeful, delivered in a slow-motion clip about shopping blades, driving cars with oversized rims, and his third word pride. The second rap group he was involved in was Presidential Plays, and he worked on their album Block Party, released in 2000. Between 1997 and 2005, Floyd served 8 jail terms on various charges, including drug possession, theft, and trespass. In one of these cases, Floyd was convicted of possessing half a gram of crack cocaine in 2004. Based on his sole testimony of a police officer, General Coyne's, later in 2019, Coyne's involvement in the Hurley Steel raid leads to Jennings being investigated for a pattern of falsifying evidence. As a result, in April 2001, the district attorney of Harris County, Texas, requests a post-mortem for his particular conviction of Floyd's because of Gurn's lack of credibility in October 2021. Okay, let me tell y'all something. Let me explain this whole situation to y'all. So basically, this cop basically lied on an African American of how much cocaine he had on him. And this has happened before, and it's going to keep happening if we don't do something about it. Because it should not matter our skin color. It should not matter our religion. It should not matter our sexual preference. You as a cop, your job is to protect the community. But if you want to just sit here and act like because you have a blue uniform and you want to sit here and lie on a person and say, oh, no, well, he had this type of amount of cocaine, but really he had less than what you're saying. I don't do drugs. I don't know cocaine. I've seen cocaine. I don't do drugs. I can't explain that, but if that makes sense. The Texas Parole Board recommend Floyd to be posthumously pardoned for the conviction, but withdraw the recommendation and also withdraw 24 other clemency recommendations. In December 2021, citizen Perdue Arias and lack of compliance with board rules will announcing that it would be considered 3 recommendations. In 2007, Floyd faced charges for aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. According to investigators, he entered an apartment by impersonating a water department worker and bragging in with 5 other men. He had a pistol to a woman's stomach and searched for items to steal. Floyd was arrested 3 months later during a traffic stop, and victim of the robbery identifying him from a photo. In 2009, Floyd was sentenced to 5 years in prison as part of the plea deal and was paroled in January 2013. After his release, Floyd became more involved with the Recirculation Houston, a Christian church and ministry where he mentored young men and post anti-violent videos to social media. He delivered meals to senior citizens, volunteered with other projects such as the Angel by Nature Foundation, a charity founded by rapper Treat the Truth. Later, Floyd became involved with the ministry that brought men from the Third Ward to Minnesota and a church work program with drug rehabilitation and job placement service. A friend of his accomplish that Floyd had made some mistakes that cost him some years of his life, and note that he was turning his life around through religion. And that's when people need to understand. Like, I feel like once you make a mistake, especially in the justice system, I'm not talking about murder. I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about like little mistakes like this. Like, you get caught with drugs or you get caught for stealing. That, especially in the African community, I feel like it's just something that people don't want to let go. You know, they see you doing good. They see you trying to be the best person that you can. You realize that what you were doing was wrong. You realize that drugs was just getting you in trouble. You got tired at some point of going in and out of prison. You're like, oh my God, I can't be doing this anymore. And not everybody's like that, but there's people that are like that. And he was that type of person. He was tired. I'm guessing he was just tired. He's like, hey, I need to stop doing this. But people will always view you as your. They will always say you're accomplished. They will always remember your mistakes, but will not recommend. They wouldn't even say anything about your accomplished. You could be doing good. You could be doing so good in your life, but those people will always remember you by the mistakes that you made. They will tell you, oh, do you remember you did this? You remember do that? Like, you're trying to forget the mistakes you made, but they have the audacity to remind you over and over again of the mistakes you make. Why won't they support you? Why won't they tell you, hey, I'm so proud of you. Look how far you came. You have come so far. No. They don't do that. In 2014, Floyd moved to Minneapolis, I don't even know how to say it, to rebuild his life and find work. Sooner after his arrival, he completed a 90-day rehabilitation program at the Turning Point program in North Minneapolis. He expressed the need for a job and took up security work at a Harbor Light Center and Salvation Army homeless shelter. He lost that job and took several other ones. Floyd hoped to earn a community driver license to operate trucks. He passed the required drug test, and program administrator felt that his criminal past did not pose a problem. But he dropped out because of his job at nightclub made it difficult to attend morning classes, and he left pressure to earn money. Floyd later moved to St. Louis Park and lived with a former colleague. He continued to battle drugs addiction and went through periods of use and sobriety. An influential member of his community, Floyd was respected for his ability to relate with others and his environment based on shared experience of hardship and setbacks, having served time in prison, living in poverty, sticking project in Houston. A video addressing youth in his neighborhood, Floyd reminded his audience that he had his own shortcomings and flaws, and that he was not better than anyone else. He also expressed that he designed for violence taking place in the community, advising his neighbors to put down their weapons and remember that they were loved by him and God. On May 2019, Floyd was detained by the Minneapolis police when an unlicensed car in which he was a passenger was pulled over in traffic stop. Floyd was found with a bottle of pain pills. Officer handcuffed him and took him to the City 3rd Police Prison Station. Floyd told police he did not sell the pills and that they were related to his own addiction. When he appeared, allegedly, officer encouraged him to relax and help him calm him down, and they later called him an ambulance as they grew worried about his condition. No charges were filed in connection with the accident. Let me just stop here once again. I don't need nobody in this video commenting, oh, well, I thought he said he changed. I thought he wasn't doing drugs anymore. I don't care what this man has done, okay? When you don't know what people go through in the darkest place. There's people that, yes, they will leave the drugs behind. But some people also get to that point where they're like, they hit that roadblock, and the only way that they know how to how to deal with that pain is by using drugs. It's hard. You have to have support, whether you're an addict or an alcoholic. I have a family member who's a drug addict, and to be honest with you, I don't like him. He's my dad's brother. I don't like him. He's probably dead. I don't know. I don't care. Say what y'all want to say. It is what it is. That's a whole different story. But my grandfather, when he was alive, he did try. He did try to save his son, but there was so much that my grandfather could do. You know, and he is the reason why my grandfather is not here. My dad's brother is the reason why my grandfather is not here anymore. And I will never forgive him for that. And so when I say that he is a drug addict, is he alive, breathing? I don't know, and I don't care. I hope he's not. That's just me. Say what y'all want to say. Back to the story. And in 2019, Floyd worked in the security at the El Nuevo Rodeo Club, where police officer Drake Chavino also worked off-duty as security guard. Until 2020, Floyd was working part-time to security guard at the Conga Latino Brisk Club and began another job to delivery driver. He lost the delivery driver job on January after being citizen for driving without a valid criminal license and for being involved in a minor crash. He was looking for another job when the COVID-19 pandemic hit Minnesota, and his personal financial situation worsened when the club closed in March because of the pandemic rules. Also in March, Floyd was hospitalized after overdosing on drugs. In April, he contracted COVID-19 but recovered a few weeks later. COVID-19, it was so, oh my God. It was unbelievable. I was working two jobs. I was working at a restaurant at Chili's, and I was working at H&R Block. I left working Chili's before before we went in lockdown. So I just stayed with working as a receptionist in H&R Block. But a lot of people, oh my God, it was bad. It hit a lot of people. In May 25, 2020, police were called by a Cup Foods grocery store employee who suspected that Floyd had used a counterfeit 20 bill. Floyd was sitting in a car with 2 other passengers. Police officers immediately removed him from the car and handcuffed him. Floyd was murdered by Drake Chivney, a white Minneapolis police officer who pressed his knees to Floyd's neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, while Floyd was handcuffed face down in the street. As is in witness cell phone videos, 2 other officers further restrained Floyd and forced prevent and locked from intervening, as Floyd repeatedly stated that he could not breathe. During the final 2 minutes, Floyd was motionless and had no pulse. But Cleveland kept his knee on Floyd's neck and back, even as an emergency medical technique arrived to treat Floyd. So this piece of garbage that took an oath to protect the community decided. I don't know. Before I give my opinion. Usually, when someone calls the cop on a person, say, "Hey, I think this person." My thing is like, why did you not go up to him and say, "Hey, this employee said that it looks like you were using fake money. What's going on?" Have a conversation. No. Apparently, cops forgot how to have a conversation like adults. Because you heard this man saying, I can't breathe. After he passed out, you still left your knees. Like, oh my God, this is... I hate this world. The medical examiner found that Floyd's heart stopped while he was being restrained and that his death was a homicide caused by that's a big ass word. I want to see if I can say it. I probably can, but
cardiopulmonary arrest.
Cardiopulmonary arrest. Complaining law enforcement subdued, restraint, and neck compression through fentanyl intoxication and recent methamphetamine use may have increased the likelihood of his death. A second autopsy commissioned by Floyd's family also found his death to be homicide, specifically citizen asphyxia due to neck and back compression. It ruled out the possibility that underlying medical problems contribute to Floyd's death, and said that Floyd being able to speak while under convenience need did not mean he could breathe. On March 12, 2021, the Minneapolis, whatever the city council approved a settlement of $27 million to the Floyd family after a wrongful death lawsuit. Good. Cherny was fired and charged with second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. He was found guilty on 3 murder and manslaughter charges on April 20, 2021. On May 12th, Hennepin County District Judge Peter Kelly allowed the prosecution to seek a grave prisoner sentence to Chivney after finding that he treated Floyd with particular cruelty. And on June 25, Judge Kelly sentenced traveling to 22 and a half years in prison. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Okay, so he was sentenced to 22 and a half years in prison. So a legacy, after Floyd's murder, there was global protests and riots. against the use of excessive force by police officers against black suspects in a lack of police accountability practice began in Minneapolis the day after Floyd's murder and developed in the cities throughout all 50 USA states. Internationally, the New York Times described the events in the wake of Floyd's murder in the video that circulated off as the largest protest in the United States in the civil rights area. Calls to defund and the abolish that police were widespread. The process became the first civil rights disorder event to exceed 1 million losses to the insurance industry, and some citizens' protests were so violent that curfew were put in place. Several memorial services were held on June 4th, 2020. A memorial service for Floyd took place in Minneapolis as an adult shepherd delivered in the eulogy. Services were held in North Carolina with a public viewing and private service on June 6th. In Houston, and on June 8th and 9th, Floyd was buried next to his mother in Pearland, Texas. Colleges and universities created a scholarship that in Floyd's name, including North Central University, which hosts a memorial service for Floyd, Alabama State, Oakwood University, Missouri State University, Southeast Missouri State, Ohio. Janelle, be quiet, please. Sorry, guys. Buffalo State College and Cooper Mountain College. Amid the nation process over Floyd's murder, Netflix CEO Reed hashtagging and his wife Patty Glenn made a $120 million donation to be split equally among Morehouse College, Spelman College, and the Union Negro College Fund. The donation was the largest ever made to a historical black college and universities. In 2020, society media-based artists and actors posted tribute to Floyd, and one of the most popular tribute was a digital illusion created by Sharon Demmer, which she had more than 3.4 million likes on Instagram. Demmer's work was later turned into a painting, murals in many communities, and used in other ways. Other viral social media-based tributes to Floyd were made by Nicholas Smith, Stormy Nasty, Dan Koch, Robin Hillicky, and Martin Musclin. These artists globally created murals honoring Floyd's desperation, including Floyd as a ghost in the as an angel in Houston, and as a sign, weeping blood in Naples. A mural on the International War in Belfast, commissioned by Festival of the People and Visit West Belfast, they feature a large portrait of Floyd above a tablet showing children kneeling on Floyd's neck, while the three other officers turn their backs and each cover his eyes, ears, or mouth in the manner of three wise monkeys. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. One Houston mural is on the side of the Scott Ford Mart on the 3rd Ward, while the other is on the property of the Breakfast Club restaurant in Midtown. A childhood friend of Floyd said that Floyd would never have imagined that this is the tragic way people would know his name. A GoFundMe account to support Floyd's funeral costs and benefits. His family broke the site record for the number of individual donations. By June 6th, murals had been created in many cities, including Manchester, Dallas, Miami, Halibut, Los Angeles, Norby, Oklahoma, Sherbeek, Beaver, Berlin, Pacello, and La Mesa. The mural in Manchester was defaced with graffiti, resulting in great Manchester police investigation into the accident. Beyond the creation of the mural, Floyd's murder has also brought attention to the presence of institutional racism within the United Kingdom. Process graffiti has also been put up throughout Los Angeles, offering faces such as I Can't Breathe, Say Their Names, and others. The phrase Black Lives Matter has also been used often in the outpouring of process regarding the Floyd's murder. The phrase has been especially popular on social media platforms since Floyd's murder. There has also been a global outcry for memorials communicating by individuals to be demolished. A bill processed by USA Senator Shelley Jackson Lee, the George Floyd Law Enforcement Trust and Indeley Act, was designed to reduce police brutality and establish national policemen and standards and accreditations. In addition to the work of landmarks, there has been an outcry for leaders in various fields, research, Tempia Orbly, author of How Police Departments Can Deny and Oust Killer Cops, wrote the piece intentioning to prevent more death memorials. Floyd's Oxy birth reform, New York City Health Combination wrote in an article in describing Floyd's murder as a collective moral injury and compared it to the Stapleton Ashley of Health inquiries playing out in horrible details through the COVID-19 pandemic. Religious leaders also been called upon to address violence taking place against Black Americans. And that is the case of Floyd. This one is... Oh, I do have one thing to mention. Floyd was the oldest of 5 siblings. He had 5 children, including 2 daughters, aged 6 and 22, at the time of his murder, and an adult son. He also had 2 grandchildren. In August 2017, Floyd met his girlfriend, Courtney Rose, in Minneapolis in early 2020, and the two separated. So that is the case of Floyd, guys. This one was really hard, and I know that y'all probably watched it and y'all heard about it. And it's just it breaks my heart to say it, but if we don't do something about it, it's gonna keep going. It's going to keep going. There was a case of an inmate who was being transferred to another jail, I think, and I didn't see the video, but what the cops were doing to this African American man, it was shocking. It was really shocking to me, and it's crazy. Very, very crazy, guys. But that's it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I will be back soon with another video. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and y'all be careful out there. Take care of yourselves, and please, please be nice. Bye.